Hello everybody and welcome back to the Morehammer podcast, your weekly podcast where we talk all things Warhammer and wargaming. I am back this week with my two regular co-hosts, myself, Wargaming Luke. We have Simon, aka Hobby Waffle, and we have Ben, aka 90% Geek, the happiest gamer on YouTube. That's right. We are joined again, the returning guest actually, Matt, aka the Miniatures Apothecary. How are we doing, buddy?
Hello. Yeah, doing good. Excited.
Definitely, mate. We've got lots of fun stuff to chat about today, and heresy, so it's always good to have you back on whenever we got some heresies to chat about.
I am mildly concerned that Matt looks as if he's like hiding in some kind of darkened hole somewhere. Is he going to send like a cat that he's stroking next to? He's going to be sending out spies after Inspector Gadget.
Cats are around, like. The puppy's in the other room with the missus. The cats are in here, but they just leave me alone. They just find their spot and go to sleep. Like
that's what I said.
What's behind
Ben,
here?
It looks like he's just about to present the sky at night.
It didn't actually occur to me before, Matt. I should have said actually with the purple curtains in behind. It should have been. You might be like some sort of hive mind, sort of gene stealer. Yeah. I think that's what this might be.
Apothecary.
Yes.
No, it's
something going on there.
Children.
I feel like I need someone to stitch a big logo into this now.
Volunteers to send Matt an embroidered like Gene Cult flag that he can hang.
That would be cool, actually, to put on like the curtain. That would be pretty cool.
I do like Gene Stealer Cult. I do like them. Don't collect them, but I do like them. They're an awesome army.
That's cool. Yeah, guys, but if this is your first time joining us, or even if you've been watching us for a while or listening to us, make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube, of course, and throwing a like on the videos and leaving us some comments down below. And of course, if you're listening to us over on Spotify, make sure you're following us there too. You can also join us over on our Discord channel. The link will be in the description for that. And you can join us there for some chat during the week. I know Matt's always posting bits and bobs over there as well, along with the guys, me and the guys. So do get involved. Come and join us there.
Prolific, I think, is the word you're looking for.
Prolific, you say?
Spam
persistent. No, I go with persistent.
That's the one. Persistent. I like that one. Persistent. Yeah.
Let's go with that. Yeah. But this week, guys, of course, we do have the Nova Open coming next weekend, so we'll be getting into some of our ideas and rumours and different things like that as to what we might see announced or revealed this coming next weekend. But before we do get into all of that, we're going to do some hobby updates this week, and I think we'll start off with the guest. We'll start off with Matt this week, and you do have something big to talk to us about, Matt, and that everybody can get involved with.
Hobby-wise, this last week has literally just been one focus, one project, and that is the Red Scorpions project. 21 hobbyists coming together to paint a sizable force of Red Scorpions for the charity CAM, which is the Campaign Against Living Miserably, who are the I think they're one of the biggest organizations, charities that raise awareness for, or that do suicide awareness and suicide prevention. They offer a host of different services, like there's fun therapy sessions, there's online seminars, there's absolutely all sorts of stuff, and they're an amazing organization. Not even ashamed to say, in the past I have utilized their services myself. It's a subject that obviously as part of mental health is quite serious, and it's something that we feel quite passionate and strongly about. So I think it was more of a community idea than it was just mine or Mrs. A's. Like, it was a conversation that happened during one of the streams. And so far we're doing really well. We're nearly halfway there. There's been some absolutely quality miniatures painted. We got some Forge World pieces donated by the channel sponsor. It just so happened that these had come into the shop when we started the project. So I'm still working on the Honor Guard, the Forge World Honor Guard that comes with Librarian Loth.
Chief Librarian.
That's the one. It's an awesome model. It's a lot of fun to paint. The pictures that you just scrolled past, personally, don't do it justice. That picture that you've got up at the moment is everything that's arrived so far. We
awesome.
have a custom-built Land Raider Helios on its way. The captain that takes the forefront of this force is on its way. We've got loads of stuff still to come.
Who was the assault sergeant with the jump pack? I can't remember what his name was. He was a Red Scorpions character, wasn't he?
Yes, he was. I can't remember his name neither.
I've got it somewhere.
We weren't.
I'll chip in. I'll paint that and send it to you.
You've got like 2 and a bit weeks, mate. Like
that's all right.
Oh, easy. So I can get it done in then.
All right. Okay. All right. Fair enough. That would be brilliant. That would be a lovely addition. Someone did mention that they had the Dreadnought,
the Caleb Cole one.
Yes.
Oh,
and I think we might be getting that in the post at some point, but I haven't heard from them. I know they've been on holiday and they've had stuff going on, so I'm not wanting to bother them because that is a big donation. Like that is a fancy piece.
Si's about to pull it out of his back pocket in a minute.
I was going to say out of his Mary Poppins box of miniatures.
Wait, I'm sorry. Don't we all have one of them on our desk?
Oh yeah.
I have. To be fair, I'm outing myself here. I have 3, so that's just at the desk.
But what I was going to say, guys, for this thing that Matt and the whole Face community are actually doing, we'll post links. I'll put it in the comments below the video here and in the description. Get involved. Me and the lads have already said we're contributing ourselves.
Definitely.
So make sure you guys are getting involved. The Morehammer community is getting involved as well. That'd be fantastic.
I mean, if people have got the link, just sharing it, getting it around. That if you can't donate, that's fine. Just share it because it helps. It'll get to the right person or the right people. And basically what we're doing is I have to double check because I keep getting this date wrong for some reason. I don't know why. We're going to host a week-long stream during Suicide Awareness Week, starting on the 8th of September and finishing on the 14th, and we will draw the raffle then. So basically the way that we're doing the raffle is for every £5 donation or multiples of £5 thereof, it gets you a chance to win the entire force. So if you donate £20, that's 4 chances. If you donate £30, that's
great idea.
6 chances. I know maths. I'm good at maths, honestly.
But no, absolutely brilliant. Make sure, like we say, to get involved, guys. And like I say, we will be too. The link will be in the description, and we'll be sharing it, I'm sure, across our social media, stuff like that. So
definitely, it's an amazing cause. I mean, suicide is one of the leading causes of death in men in the UK. Yeah. So the work that Calm does is just amazing.
It's a big statistic, and there's not enough. I feel personally, there's not enough attention on it, and there's not enough services to support it. So, if we can help with someone, with an organisation like Calm, then we're going to try and help.
Definitely, mate, definitely. And we'll give it a mention it again at the end of the podcast before we finish up. But like you say, but I suppose that's mostly what you've been up to, isn't it? Obviously, it's a lot of work trying to get that done. So
pretty much that's been us. I mean, a Blood Bowl team finally got finished. Some
which one?
Some kill team.
What team you doing at the moment?
So I'm doing Lizard Men.
Get in, Matt.
Suck up.
They're not pretty. I'm going to say this now. They're not pretty. It was literally I looked at them and I'm like, these look really detailed. Whack some contrast on. There you go.
Did you see my face light up as soon as I even heard him say the letter L before he even said Lizard Man?
I like Lizard Men. Lizard Men were my first army, and Blood Bowl. Okay. And I've got the Black Orcs kicking around in one of the boxes, the to-do boxes.
Cool.
And Mrs. A finished the human side because we got the starter box as a wedding present.
Nice.
So I think that's it. And then the Votan kill team, not the newest one, not
the old one.
The old one.
They got 2, haven't they now?
Yeah.
And a Necromunda gang.
They've got to get some new units.
Get around the Votan.
Yeah. You know what? If we don't get jump packs, like Games Workshop's proven they can do jump packs, we need the jump pack as a unit now. Like, come on.
Yeah, that's true.
Definitely.
Indeed. Si, I know you've been excited to share with us about your Hive Secundus goings on over the last few weeks, because it's been a few weeks since we've had a Hoppy update. So let us know what you've been working on, dude.
I've got the box pretty much built now. Everything's done. Painted wise, I've done the Malstrains. There's just a few finishing touches to go, which is why I haven't got the pictures. I've been doing the Caryatid Prime tonight. You can't really see it, but that's pretty much finished. And I've just started painting the Vansar Tech Hunters as well. But I've also been messing around with Tau as well because of the Vespid reveal the other day. I dug the Tau back out of the box. So I've been building battle suits again, even though I'm probably never going to field a Tau 40k army. I just like collecting them, to be fair.
Nice.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting the Vespid. So I actually just tried a couple of colour schemes out tonight. The Caryatid was one for the blue Vespid, and then I just got some old Marines. And then the Games Workshop did a video the other day. I don't know if you saw it. And they were doing different Vespid colour schemes for the different strains.
Yeah.
So they did the blue one. There was a green one, which looked really good, which reminded me of a Pokemon. Then there was a red one. And I think the other one was like a black, sort of an inverse wasp style, black and yellow. I don't know if you saw that.
More black than yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? And then they did a video on the orange scheme that they've got on the box art as well. So yeah, I've just been trying out different colour schemes.
Nice.
And then other than that, I did a little bit on my gnome team, not an awful lot. But then it's been a quite busy week, so that's pretty much it in terms of hobby. No games, I'm afraid.
No. Okay.
Oh,
awesome.
I did get some more terrain built as well, so some more Sex Mechanicus stuff to add to Hive Secundus.
That was a plunger for a minute.
Pardon?
I did wonder that.
I thought it was a plunger as well.
So I accidentally dropped part of the Hive Secundus kit down my toilet, so I've got the plunger here too. Yeah.
Alchemite stack, aka plunger.
That's cool.
I have to say that the Hive Secundus, the Malstrain Gene Stealers are just so good. They're so good.
Once I was building them, I fell in love with them. They're awesome.
Are they your favourite thing from the set, would you say, so after getting them in person and building? What's your favourite mini from the set?
So. I mean, the Vansar Tech Hunters have made me appreciate Vansar, because previously I didn't like them. I've left the head snake things off. I'm going to try and fit some sort of Matrix style plug to the back of their head rather than just leave the whole. I don't like the head tails, so they're staying off because it just makes the model look too busy, and they're really cool. I mean, nice. I've got the you won't be able to see it because it's too small, but I've got the medic dude here, and they're really, really detailed. It's going to be a nightmare to paint, to be fair, but looking forward to it anyway.
It'll be good fun though. Should be good fun to paint those.
Did you stick a picture of him up on Twitter already?
Pardon?
Was that you? I saw that stuck a picture of him up on Twitter.
Yes. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, good. So we can get a look at it there.
Yeah. Now, if you jump in the Discord, guys, I'm sure I'll share pictures of when he's got all of it together. Now he's got it all built, so we'll get it up on there. Ben, did you want to go and see what
sure.
You were up to? Yeah.
I was going to briefly touch on the science Hive Secundus and the Malstrain since we talked about it. I was digging through my bits box the other day and found most of the corpse grinders, mostly unbuilt from the Dark Uprising box set. And of course, you can now take Malstrain Gene Stealers with corpse grinders once the new Necromunda book launches this coming week. And I did look at it and go, what is the most broken gang that I can make for Necromunda? It's probably the already broken corpse grinders, but Gene Stealered with Malstrain Gene Stealers. So I am very tempted now to get a box of Malstrains and use the corpse grinders with some of the heads.
That'd be cool.
The book's coming on Saturday with the sentry guns, so I'll send you a picture of the rules so you can build a nasty list.
Oh, excellent. I've just come up with literally the nastiest list that I can think of for them, just for the fun of it, to be honest.
Just break the game, yeah?
Yeah, bear in mind that we've got Spyros coming out. Spyros were the most broken thing in old Necromunda, entirely because of Nick Davis, we established. That Nick had a ridiculously overpowered Orlok gang, and they kept playtesting Spyros against them, and that's why Spyros ended up so broken.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, clearly what I need to do is make a thoroughly unpleasant corpse grinder gang, and then just people can test Spyros against them until such time as Spyros become outrageous.
I volunteered for you.
That's excellent. Funnily enough, I mean, one of the things I've actually been painting is I haven't got pictures of this yet, but I've been painting Necromunda terrain because I've got tons of it. Yeah. So I've been painting up Necromunda terrain, and I've got sheets of transfers that I'm going to be putting like wanted posters. And some of my favorite actually is some of the like the little adverts you can get on here. One of my favorites is there's a little electric fence type sign, and it says, "If you can read this, you are stealing from the grid." Which I think is brilliant.
That's great.
So yeah, I'm gonna stick that I think on the like some of the generator stacks and stuff that I've got for the Necromunda scenery. But I'm just kind of happily painting scenery. It's one of the things I've been up to this week. I don't know if anyone saw. I did a scenery video at the end of last week to tie in with the upcoming re-release of the Old World stuff. So I painted this basically in an evening, the hill and the tower, from just pure grey primer. I mean, there was a little bit of Blue Peter action in terms of what two sides of the tower had already had some Rakarth Flesh base coat put on so that I could like show up, and here's now how you do the next stage while the other two sides are drying. But yeah, that's what nice. I enjoyed painting.
Your very own Tracy Island.
Yeah, totally. Oh, I should do a Warhammer Tracy Island. That would be amazing. With like Skaven rockets coming out from underneath like the swimming pool and stuff. These Lumineth like waterfall thing, have it dropping down to a pool, then the pool opens and like a warp lightning cannon comes out of it. That would be amazing fun. That could be a future video. But yeah, so I enjoyed doing that so much that I dug out my Necromunda scenery and I've been painting some of that. Other than that, the main thing I've been painting is Battlefleet Gothic. Yet more Battlefleet Gothic. I have now finished, at the very least, the first 1,000 points of my Space Marine fleet for my Dark Angels. So this is somewhat depressingly. This is 1,000 points. It's like a battle barge, 2 strike cruisers, and 4 escorts is 1,000 points. I've got my Orc fleet now assembled, which is also to 1,000 points. And for the same points, you get like a battleship, 2 10-wound cruisers, and like 9 escorts. It's ridiculous how cheap trash Orc ships are compared to things like Marines or Eldar. But yeah, I've got these, and I'm really happy with how they've come out. The escorts were kind of the final thing that I was waiting to come through, and then once they came through, just couldn't wait to slap some paint on them. And awesome. Yeah, so I've got Battle Barge, 2 strike cruisers, 3 Novas, and a Gladius, for anyone who knows their Space Marine fleet, all featured there. And at some point in the future, I'm hopefully going to do a battle report using them against my Chaos fleet, because that's one of the requests that I've had from people on my channel. So yeah, that's what I've been up to. What about you, Luke?
Awesome, as that taste, dude. I've been enjoying watching along your updates on the Battlefleet Gothic fleet. It's great, looking good. For myself, obviously since Skaventide released, all the Skaven in my life that I need. So I've actually started to paint up quite a lot, which is nice. I'm really enjoying painting some of the stuff. Some of the new minis are such lovely detail. They're so really nice to actually paint along with. I've got the gnaw holes done. I'll put that up on the screen there.
Ooh.
So I've got those done. They were a pain in the ass to build, much nicer to paint. There we go. But they are all done up. I haven't got a picture of it up on here actually, but I did I always forget what it's called, the new like rattling cannon that they have, the Warp Blaster cannon. Mostly got that there, but and then also over the weekend, I think it was Saturday, I did the new Greyseer model.
Nice.
Mini, which is such a gorgeous model actually to paint. You know how like nowadays they're just so detailed that the paint just like perfectly rolls into like everything that you want it to, and there's no issues. That's how this model went for me. It's so nice to paint. But I think in terms of like painting, building, that's it. I've mostly got everything built now. I've still got to build a Doom wheel that I've got for them, and they'll have a good number of points to play with them. But I think since we last updated for hobbies, I've had a couple of games maybe. I've done, I think, a couple of games of Sigmar maybe in the last couple of weeks. I couldn't tell you the exact games that I've played, but I've played against a lot of Chaos recently, and I've been putting them in their place. So that's all you need to know. I know that was it. I did have a practice game with the Skaven as well, and that did not go so well. So I've got to come out of the Imperium tactics somehow and get back into the Chaos side of things. But we'll see how it goes in future weeks. I think next week I'm going to have my first proper game ever of Blood Bowl as well. So I'm looking forward to that, because I've never properly played a full game. I've only ever tested it. So I'm going to be excited for that. So next
time your Snotling team?
I'm going to get them built for that for next week, yeah, is the plan.
Sweet.
And then I'll be able to test them out. So that should be good fun. But that'll all have to be for next time. We've got so much we can cover today, moving into the next main topics and whatnot. So Ben, what is it time for?
And now the news.
Lovely stuff. So we'll move on to, we do have a little bit actually we can chat about before we go into our preview of the Nova preview, if you like. And that is, we ironically actually, after, I think we knew it was coming anyway, but a few weeks back we had our episodes, didn't we? We had our episode, didn't we, guys, on Warhammer Plus and what we'd like to see for them to improve it. It's safe to say that they haven't necessarily improved it. They've just given, again,
They did not listen.
what we were kind of expecting again.
They've made a statement on what they're going to do. It's whether they follow through and do it. That's the main thing, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I haven't got the actual article up that says everything they're going to be bringing because we haven't really got time to cover everything. But they've announced a few new animation projects in the works. They also announced, which we won't look at now, but there's the I can't remember the exact word of the thing on Amazon Prime that's come in. There's a mix of video game, short animations.
It's the same people who did
Secret
Love,
Level
Death,
or
and
something
Robots.
like
Secret Levels, that's it. So you've got it, yeah. And there's basically going to be a short episode based on Space Marine 2, which obviously we know that's coming in a couple of weeks. We're getting that. Maybe that might end up on Warhammer Plus in the future as well. I have no idea. They haven't said it's going to at the moment, but Amazon Prime for the time being. But your 2 new miniatures for the next year's subscription of Warhammer Plus, if you do wish to sign up to it.
Are both bald.
Are both bald, yes.
I think so.
Yeah. So, first of which, Inquisitor Ostromandius. I suppose that's how you pronounce it. I'm going to go with that. Or Deus.
Ostromandius.
Yeah, there you go. Well done, Si. But yeah, and his...
I had to learn it the other day for a video.
Oh, there you go. And his minions that come along with him in the set. I think my favourite of the two. I don't know about you guys. Would you say this is your favourite of the two?
I like this one. The servitor guy, or whatever he is, Stentor I-52. He looks like a xenomorph from Aliens, but a mechanical version.
It's like a xenomorph crashed into a Radio Shack.
Yeah.
Well, this is actually, it made me laugh when this came up, because this is like that guy that you guys struggled on that I kind of got wrong with Warhammer 20 Questions.
That's true.
What was his name? Simeon something or other?
Simeon 356, I think is what that's.
Something or other, yeah. That's what it reminded me of.
Do you know what I've just noticed? The main thing is, we talk about, they didn't take, any of our ideas. They did take one of our ideas. They've got the Morehammer servo skull.
That's true. They've
got our servo skull that we have on our logo.
True.
We're gonna have to get this now. Just that I've got the Morehammer servo skull.
That's like, I didn't notice that, Ben, at first when I looked.
No,
at this.
I've just noticed it.
Yeah. So even though
I think we should put a copyright strike on it.
Yeah, put a big C on the mic at the front. No, but what I was going to say, Si, after a whole discussion about what we were kind of putting out to Games Workshop a few weeks ago, Matt, what we'd like them to do to put on Warhammer Plus. We're like, listen up, Games Workshop, this is what you need to do. And they might not have taken a lot of our advice, but they did steal our logo, so there you go.
No, they've announced some of the stuff that we were talking about is now going to be coming to Warhammer Plus.
Yeah.
That's true. The single log-on for both apps is going to be coming. That was one of the things that we'd said they should do.
Yes, that's true.
Did you see the post-it notes on the board and stuff, like the tongue-in-cheek video they did that said like Warhammer Romance ?
Yeah, I saw
and then there was the post-it note that said more Mordheim underlined. So that's an interesting hint.
Mordheim,
they did also say they're going to try and be doing some of those kind of shows we were saying we thought they'd be good if they did. So like the kit bashings competitions and stuff like that. They're going to be doing.
And from what they've said, and if they follow through with it, then good. It's going to be like at least one episode a week. We're going to be getting over the course of the year of something. So, and that's animation wise. If you look at it.
Indeed.
It kind of needs to be at this point. It's very glacial in releases and stuff of actual animations.
Yeah, yeah. I think they know that as well.
They haven't updated the
article.
No.
The article that they put out was almost actually like, we're sorry, more animations are coming. We promise.
Yeah, we watched the Morehammer podcast the other week, and we're really sorry.
Yeah.
Here's their logo. Was a model.
Yeah. And then the other mini is, of course, Sigmar base. So you got the Marshall, Ashfield, and Squire Udo.
I much prefer this to the 40k one.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I think it's also quite cool model minis though.
Yeah. No, it is good. I saw a great meme the other day for this one. It was the Squire, and it was the other squire from the other kit, you know, the young one, and it said how
With
it started
the head on a stick.
versus how it's going. And it was like the two squires.
No, but both
This is a
pretty
nice
cool.
model.
It is
And
nice.
obviously
I think it looks
they've,
better with the helmet from the other picture that they showed.
Yeah.
The marshal can wear the helmet.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
I think it's a bit further
The,
down. It might not show it.
Oh no, yeah,
there
it's
it
on
is.
the actual
Yeah,
poster for it. So
I feel like the Inquisitor model it's the one thing I'm a little disappointed that they didn't do for the Imperial Agents Codex. I was expecting a multi-part plastic Inquisitor, and it feels like this should have instead been the multi-part plastic Inquisitor that they released alongside the Imperial Agents Codex. Like, hey, build your own Inquisitor. Here's, you know, a base model and then a load of options you can equip him with.
Yeah.
And that I feel like that's a missed opportunity.
When I saw the Inquisitor, to be fair, I felt a little bit like Rocket the raccoon, because the first thought that went through my head is, I need that man's arm.
It's the bionic left arm as well, holding the fusion pistol, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
indeed. Will you be Matt? Do you sign up to Warhammer Plus? Are you?
I do.
already...
Yeah, I'm biting at the bit to get my Carsican, although that might prompt a small Carsican army, which I have to restrain myself for this. For these two, I think I'd probably go with the Sigmar model over the 40k one. I like the Xenomorph Servitor, but
well, it's good timing by them, obviously, because we've just had the Imperial Agents Codex. Was it out this weekend? Am I right in saying that?
Yeah, it just came out this weekend.
So you know, nice timing by them putting this out, obviously, and it's going to get a lot of people signing up to this for the Inquisitor.
It's nice to see there's more plastic in the box as well, because that was one of the things we whinged about last year.
That's true.
It was just a single Kazakin model and the vampire, both of which were nice, but they were just one single miniature compared to the giant orc that we got on year one and the Vindicator sniper and the statue.
Definitely.
At least here, you're effectively getting 2 free miniatures with the marshal and the squire, and then 2 free miniatures with the Inquisitor, and then you get a tiny little bit of plastic with the logo, with the Morehammer logo. I mean the servo skull. But yeah, it's nice that there's more plastic in the box, so it is, again, you know, it's a step forward again instead of a step backwards.
Yeah, one thing on the Kazakin, Matt, one way you can get around that is I've seen him used alongside the Kazakin box to do a kill team. So it saves you having to do a whole army of them, but you can scratch that itch and do a Kazakin kill team.
That has also been the other thought, but then my brain goes back to Valkyries and Kasakans and cool little conversions to make a Kazakan style command squad, and I have a problem.
My Valkyrie is still unpainted, waiting for Katachans.
It's a similar sort of thing when they revealed that those blooming Night Lords for that kill team, the gorgeous new Night Lord minis, and I was very close to spending a ton of money to getting several boxes of the kill team just to make a full Night Lord army. It'd be very expensive endeavor.
Who has done that?
Yes, I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
So
insane.
But yes, let us know in the comments, guys, if this has enticed you to sign up for the next year of Warhammer Plus. I nearly said Morehammer Plus.
We just go with it.
Coming next year, Morehammer Plus.
Yeah. But no, let us know if it's enticed you this year. It's a couple of cool new minis.
Plastic models of myself, Cy, and Luke as different characters.
I think
Luke as a lizard man. And me from Warhammer the Old World.
But I was going to say I need to put a minis shelf here, and then literally only have that mini on there.
No, you need to put a shelf just in front of your camera so that the Morehammer skull is perched right in the foreground.
Right there. Yeah. Brilliant. But we shall move on to, I guess, the main topic this week, which will be the preview for Nova Open and what we kind of expecting to see next weekend revealed. There's a poster they've got up here, and they've kind of touched upon quite openly, actually, what we can expect, which is unusual. So it'll be interesting to see. This is, you're looking at, it's actually, I didn't realise it's actually Wednesday, Thursday. Not too long to wait.
Thursday morning.
Yeah, so it won't be long to find out, guys, once this episode's out, what we're actually getting. But obviously the roadmaps
video again this time.
Say again, Si.
I'm not doing a 4 a.m. video again this time. I did that for the Lion.
Oh,
And I
did
was
you?
like Walking Dead the next day.
Matt,
at work.
did
Yeah,
you
I
say
did that. I
you're
did
not
that
doing them, are you?
once.
Yeah.
I did that once. I ended up doing like an hour-long video with the Foxy DM when 2.0 Heresy dropped. And because we were so excited, we were like, should we just record something and put it out? 4 o'clock in the morning, I finished editing it and put it out, and then died and just crashed.
Yeah, I did it for the
never
Lion.
again.
I was recording the voice thing for it at 4:10 in the morning, and the cat decided to come in and tell me how hungry he was at 4:10, just as at the end of the voice recording. And I left it in and just sort of silenced it in the recording, so there's like you can hear a gap in my Lion video, and it's where the cat meowed.
Oh no,
Love it.
I'm not doing it again. I'll just edit it out.
More appropriate for the lion than the cat meowing.
meow.
Oh dear. But yeah, the aside, as we've known, guys, anyway, even before this week, that we've got roadmaps coming for a few different systems. But before we say that, Sigmar gonna get the model reveals. I will touch quickly on this. I imagine just Stormcat, the other half of the Hell's Crown campaign thing, right? So the new Stormcast.
So if they'd won, all the stuff we'd have seen that day is going to be shown here, I think.
Yeah, so some more of the what's the new chamber called? The ruination chamber.
Yeah, ruination chamber.
So we get some more dark looking, chaos looking Stormcast revealed. I don't think we can really kind of have any idea of what's going to be revealed because it'll be probably mostly new stuff. You might get some ruination versions of
stuff. A lot of the Sacrosanct stuff that went out the window. I think you might see updated ruination versions of that. Or Thunderstrike Armored versions of that.
Ben, was it you that said a while back we might get some more of the dark-looking Griff riders to go with the new Lord on the Griff?
Yeah, and I think things like Retributors and stuff, we might get a glow-up version of them, like we did for like the what are the big flappy ones called? The Prosecutors.
Prosecutors,
yeah. I think we might get a glow-up of essentially some of the stuff that we've had taken out from that kind of initial sort of Stormcast release. I think we might get the remaining glow-up versions of them.
Yeah.
And hopefully some really cool stuff that we weren't expecting.
I think
we will.
Yeah. With the saying about the roadmap, we'll get the Age of Sigmar roadmap, won't we? And then they said there's going to be some teasers. So I'm hoping that there's on that Age of Sigmar roadmap, there's going to be not a redacted battle tome, but whatever the Age of Sigmar equivalent is of redacted, like forbidden or something like that, and blacked out, and that'll be, you know what I'm going to say, don't you, Ben?
I know exactly. I'm waiting for you to say it.
Yeah, the forces of Hashut.
Yeah,
a battle tome. Chaos Dwarf.
Chaos Dwarf.
Legions of Asgore, was it? In Age of Sigmar.
And hopefully there will be a roadmap, and then there'll be like a forbidden or whatever, just blacked out. And they'll be coming towards.
Very confident in that one, I would say.
There's been too many clues now. They've dropped too many hints. I'm telling you, they're coming. Angry, kneecapping dwarves.
I mean, we'll chat about it in a minute because, I mean, to be honest, we've probably more or less covered off the roadmap for Sigmar as well there because it's just probably going to be. You're probably only going to get maybe one new battle tome or faction in there for Age of Sigmar over the next year, if at all, which I think Sai is probably right. That's the most likely, maybe. Other than that, you're just going to be getting the update battle tomes. We've already had Skaven battle tome revealed. That'll come out sometime probably before the end of the year, I'd imagine. Stormcast Eternals, they'll get theirs. Yeah, and we'll have that revealed at Nova as well, I'm sure. But it kind of covers off Age of Sigmar, I suppose. Blood Bowl, they're saying we're going to get new reveal.
New team, they've said.
New team.
Right, okay, team specifically. Yeah, that's true.
It's a team to be watched.
I've got a theory about this one. I don't know why.
I was going to say Chaos Dwarves again.
No, I think it's either going to be a pirate team, and I don't know why I've got that in my head, but like Sartosan pirates, because they've pulled some random ones out of the bag, haven't they? Look at the gnomes.
That's true.
The Norse team were pretty spectacular when they came out of nowhere.
They were brilliant.
Something like Sartosan pirates or something like that. That'd be awesome.
And there was a weird random vampire rat in the vampire team.
There was the vampire pirate. So was it Star Player?
Yeah, she's a star player, but she's also a vampire pirate.
Yeah.
I mean, what races from old Blood Bowl have we not seen yet in New Blood Bowl? Because I can't really think of any apart from
I
maybe
don't
like a Tomb King
Chaos
style
Dwarves
team.
and Tomb Kings.
Yeah, Tomb Kings
Yeah.
and Chaos Dwarfs, but yeah.
I mean, a
I
Tomb
don't
King
think
Blood
they'd
Bowl team
introduce
could be
it via
pretty
Blood
funny.
Bowl, though. Well, they could.
One to watch. I mean, do you think it's a pun? Is it going to be?
Well, when
thought it
Matt
might
said that,
be.
yeah, I was wondering.
Well, what
if
about
it
like a
might be,
traveling
but-
circus style
Like-
team or something like that?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean like the Mordheim, like the Mordheim, old Mordheim
Carnival of
gang?
Chaos.
Yeah,
could
Carnival
be fun.
plot. I don't know.
That could be cool.
I'm kind of. I'd like, from what I just said, I'd like to see a vampire, like a pirate Sartoses type one.
great.
That'd be really cool. But I don't know. Like
Or even a
feels
Dread
like
Fleet
we've
style
got
pirate team. You don't have to
all
be
of them.
Sartosan pirates.
yeah.
Completely out of
Well-
left field. What if it was a team entirely composed of cheerleaders?
Yeah.
Like, no, seriously, one to watch. It's
One to
or a
watch,
marching
yeah,
band. Think again in terms of like American football. What if it is like like a marching band that takes the field and refuses to yield and starts playing Blood Bowl or something? Something
That'd be
completely
cool.
nutty like that.
Oh, I'm sure it'll be
Like, you
something
know,
nutty. It's
Ogre
Blood Bowl,
playing a
so
tuba that blasts the ball down the field or something.
I look forward to. I always, whenever they say there's a new Blood Bowl team coming, I always look forward to see what creativity there is involved and see what we get. So
Yeah.
I'll look forward to that being revealed.
Me and the missus have
gnomes are
recently
great.
got into Blood Bowl quite heavily. I say quite heavily. We've got
Kids
like
Live?
7 teams now. We've only played a handful
wow.
of games, but yeah, it's definitely a game that we want to play more of. So that will definitely be something that we will be all over. Like new team.
Indeed, but I suppose going on to the purely the roadmaps now, because that's all that the other stuff they've said to come in. Maybe cover off 40k first, because that's probably a slightly quicker one. Because I mean, we know Eldar on the horizon; they're supposed to be coming. We know they're supposed to be getting some fresh minis as well. We know Grey Knights is on there as well. They've said that they've actually confirmed that recently as
They
well.
have, but they
I
said
think
not
they're a
till
while
next
out
year.
yet, though.
They did, but you'd expect it to be on the roadmap, wouldn't you? Because they
Well,
said
it
beginning
depends
of
how
next year.
Depends how
Depends on how far the roadmap
goes.
is.
They've said
Yeah.
up to the end of this year and just into the new year is what they've said, and then
So there's
some
only going to be
teasers.
8. There's going to be 8 on it, then, isn't there?
Yeah.
Like they done
So-
with the previous one.
They'll either be towards the end of the map or they'll be just off the end of it, I suppose. But any other thoughts on what we could see on the map?
Space
Well,
Wolves
they're
are
not-
there.
I would
Pardon?
say as long as they're not sticking the Imperial Guard as the last one to come out like they did for 9th, I think a lot of people would be happy about that.
I'm
Because
guessing
that-
Votan at the end of this.
Yeah.
edition,
Mm,
given that they've just
we had
put the
that white
Crusade rules
dwarf.
in White Dwarf.
Yeah.
mm.
Yeah, I
I'm
think
guessing
they'll come
Votan
near
are gonna
the
have to
end.
wait to the end.
Mm.
I don't think we're going to see Emperor's Children on the roadmap yet. I think they're coming
you think?
towards the end.
Do you think that could be like the teaser on it, though, possibly? Like the redacted?
Maybe.
Possibly. I think one of the
Maybe.
last ones you'll see on there right at the end, if they even make it on there, is Space Wolves, because I still think
Mm.
towards the end of this edition, Armageddon's going to be your next big Arcs
Melting
of Ormond
pot.
style,
Mm.
campaign towards the next edition. So Emperor's Children, Grey Knights, Space Wolves, I think will be towards the end. I think.
Mm.
Yeah.
An
You were just saying
interesting
about
one.
Eldar.
Did I go
I was
on?
just saying, I think Eldar are due a new wave.
Yeah.
And then possibly a Votan wave too, but again, that might come with the Codex, so that could be a while out yet.
Hmm.
I think a lot of the rumours have been that Eldar is end of this year. Big release for the Eldar, so we'll wait and see with that.
An interesting one they could do with Emperor's Children is if they did
Yeah.
Emperor's Children around the same time as Grey Knights, that would be the ideal opportunity to release Demon Fulgrim as a 40k model as opposed to the Horus Heresy one.
Well, yeah, apparently he's
Yeah.
coming, isn't he? Demon
Well, that's
Fulgrim,
it.
so-
But Demon
Yeah.
Primarch Fulgrim, Grey Knights smashed together. That would seem an
Yep.
appropriate combo
Yeah.
On Armageddon,
Yeah.
telling you.
on Armageddon. Fulgrim
Yep.
on Armageddon.
You heard it. You heard
Can't
it
think
here.
imagine
with
being
Angron.
anywhere.
Armageddon.
Can't imagine he'd be anywhere near gauche enough to go somewhere that Angron had already been. It's like, no, it's too passé. If Angron's been there, I'm not showing up as sloppy seconds.
That's exactly why he'd go.
Yeah.
Well,
To
with that
achieve
being
what
said,
Dark
we'll-
Eldar,
Angron
have we-
did not.
We haven't had
was gonna
Dark
say,
Eldar yet, have we?
No.
No, that's true.
And there's
Zakara
no
could be
kind
on
of
there.
indication about where they fall in all of this. Because
Mm.
they've still got quite a few models that need replacing. I mean, we know they've got the plastic racks,
Mm.
plastic mandrakes now. to replace the Finecast ones, but they've still got things like grotesques and that whole kind of beasts court thing that needs replacing with plastic kits that otherwise is just gone from the Dark Eldar Codex at the moment. Yeah, I mean, there's loads of stuff that they need to do with that. I wonder if that will happen this edition, or if they'll just get kind of a rushed out codex and look, we'll fix them in 11th edition, which by this point is only like 2 years away.
They tend to always be very, it's kind of far apart with Eldar and Drakari updates, don't they, really, for models and whatnot, but yeah, well,
because they're always in the background, aren't they? Like Dark Eldar always seem to be they're off doing shenanigans. They're never really involved in something.
They did the whole big Yannari thing, didn't they? Offshoot, and that didn't really work for them. So it's So, but yeah, we'll go backwards in time now, I guess. To heresy, Matt. This is your field here, and I know you guys like a bit of heresy as well. So, what are our thoughts on heresy? Because I know we've been saying the last couple of weeks. What on earth is there still we can have come for heresy, I guess is the question. And they have said Horus Heresy specifically, not Imperialis. So
I'm thrilled that Horus Heresy is getting a roadmap, because that suggests that there must be loads more to come.
Yeah, I mean, the roadmap that we had was great, but I think some of the actual things that came with the roadmap were a little bit of a letdown.
We're still not seeing those melee weapons yet.
No. Melee weapons, breaches, despoilers. I'm still kind of disappointed that some of the kits that they updated to have plastic sponsons didn't come to plastic, like the jet bikes, javelins. Not jet bikes, sorry, the javelins, and certain tanks, like certain chassis. It's like, you can do them in plastic. We know you can because you've proved that you can do it. So just do it already. I've heard various rumors kicking around, like possibly an alternate model for Korax, as well as Russ and someone else I can't remember.
Lorgar needs a new model, doesn't he?
Lorgar does need a new model, but obviously they said when they did Horus Ascended, there was a big article straight afterwards, and it clarified in both the article and during the stream that they did that there would be updated models of the Primarchs coming. Obviously, recently we've had the Mechanicum Civil War books coming out, and there was quite a lot of involved in the Mechanicum Civil War. So,
do you like all the Mechanicum stuff, Matt? What they did with it?
Do you know what? I've never thought about doing them, to be honest.
Now you have.
And then, well, no, because my Iron Warriors have kind of got to that stage now where I can do everything but a handful of rites of war. So it's like, well, I best start tackling those rites of war now. One of them, Iron Brotherhood. Like, and the lots of robots are coming to plastic. Great timing, I guess. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Like, disappointing. There's going to be no model previews, but a roadmap gives us a better idea of what to plan for in the future, I guess.
And we might get a tease as well, to be fair.
Well, exactly. Yeah, there could be teasers.
It'll be a digital render of a Mark II Space Marine. I bet you any money.
Or plastic Mark 5.
There's a lot of rumors about Mark II.
Well, this what brings me on to my prediction as well. I'll wait until you've done. Go on.
I think it's probably the same thing, to be fair, Si, because it's the whole controversy around the transfer sheet for the command squad. Like, all of a sudden we have Salamanders and Iron Warriors transfers, and we've had just Imperial Fists and Sons of Horus transfers for ages, and now all of a sudden we're getting both of those and Salamanders and Iron Warriors, and then there's this whole thing floating around on the internet that we're going to get another Age of Darkness style box with Salamanders versus Iron Warriors. Now, for me personally, if that happens, brilliant, because both those legions are missing Praetors in power armor and Terminator armor.
Yeah,
they've got no characters to speak of other than the Primarchs. So yeah, I'd be happy with that.
So new box, maybe not Age of Darkness style, as in how chunky that box was, but just like we did for Titanicus, we had the Grandmaster edition, didn't we? That was a huge box, and then you slimmed down the starter a little bit. So I think new starter box with some characters, Mark II plastic Space Marines, maybe on either side, or they might update the Mark IV, or they might do plastic Mark V. There's maybe a new Dreadnought variant or something like that. That could be coming. But I think there's definitely going to be a new box. And like you said, there's definitely Praetors that still need to come for certain legions. So that's a good opportunity. Yeah.
There's over half the legions don't have Praetors or characters. And then you look at Sons of Horus and Imperial Fists that have like...
Yeah, we were getting one a week. We got like the Lollipop Man that came out for the one of them as well.
It's all right. I've already thrown down the gauntlet. I've said if when we have the next preview, if we get yet another Imperial Fist character or model, I'm taking all 20k of my Iron Warriors to Warhammer World, setting up on a table and protesting.
That's why they're good at Siegecraft. They've got all spare characters to stack as a wall. I think a new box.
Iron Warriors setting up at 10,000 points of the Iron Warriors setting up at Warhammer World to sulk about the Imperial Fists is the most cosplay version of Iron Warriors I've ever heard.
Hey, I've got like 6 or 7 guys.
And wrap it around your head.
I'm here. I'm Perturabo, and I'm passive aggressively grumpy.
That's the one. There's like 6 other guys I know that have got like 10, 15k worth of Iron Warriors, and they're like, "Yeah, we'll join you." It's like, great, let's just rent out a massive table and just protest. We're just gonna go sulk.
Yeah, no, that's my bet for Heresy. A roadmap, and then they might hint a new box with a digital render of maybe a new Space Marine, a Mark II Space Marine, or something like that.
But yeah, I mean, all considered, I think Heresy fans should be, pretty pleased at getting another roadmap. I think, to be fair,
it'd be a good opportunity for them to tidy up the rules as well. Yeah. Could do like an updated rule book.
Yeah, some FAQs to do with Legends stuff would be really nice. Confirmation as to whether they're bringing back more of the Legends characters as well, which they said they weren't doing, and then they did do for the Shattered Legion, which was kind of conflicting. It's like, can you just, are we getting them all back or not?
I think your suggestions are both eminently sensible. I'm going to throw a completely nonsensical one out there that I just keep hoping that they're going to come out with, which is a Great Crusade book. I want them to go, hey, here's the Great Crusade. Now you've got all Space Marines. Why not take on your friend's Eldar or Orc army and fight battles in the Great Crusade? Because I would love that.
Yeah.
That is something we mentioned last week, isn't it? Will they ever maybe bring in the Xenos and whatnot to Heresy as well, for people to be able to use it?
Well, Mark II armor is Crusade armor. So
exactly.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
that's true. It's true. It'd be that would be a hell of an update, though, wouldn't it? A hell of an expansion to Heresy if they put that on a roadmap. So,
they could do campaign books like the Emperor's Children and the Lair and stuff like that. And how he gets the sword.
Yeah. the hood.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll necessarily go out of their way to release weird other Xenos races, but they could quite easily turn around and go, "Hey, Eldar were around during this period.
The Rangdan genocides
during this period.
But
Demons were around during this period."
But Ben, they should.
They should. No, absolutely. If they released crud models, I'd buy them.
The sort of thing I could see them doing, though, is if you had like even a Heresy era Cursed City type release, Blackstone Fortress type release.
Yeah.
And then you could put something like the Hurud in there as a funky kind of, one-off thing in a box set. Just put it out there.
Yeah.
No, I think if they did do the mega orcs that you got at Ulnor, like the really chunky, massive, that can take on a Primarch in hand-to-hand combat.
Basically, just be an army of Thraka's model.
Thrackers would be the base level, then they get bigger for the the kind of the leader beasts.
Yeah, it got a bit daft that, didn't it?
Just a smidge.
Right, I think we'll move on to Old World is the final one, I believe. I think we've covered most otherwise, and Old World's an interesting one. There's 4. We've covered Sigmar, 40k, Heresy, so Old World. Which I think out of the 4 I'm most intrigued about because we know kind of what's coming already. So, and they've said there's teasers coming. What else could we expect here, guys, in terms of Old World? I mean, we've got the Legend stuff. We know that's probably not really coming, but Si, you've got another idea here for this as well.
Is it Chaos Dwarves?
Yeah. Not to spoil us, not to yuck his yum, but yeah.
So predictable. No, I think next race will be High Elves. I think they might tease that via the roadmap. My guess is High Elves as the offset to the Warriors of Chaos, and then it's going to be Beasts of Chaos and Wood Elves, and then they'll end it with Empire. But I think the tease might be, and we've all spoke about this, Legends stuff coming back, like Dark Elves, because they even hinted at it in an article a while ago, didn't they? Where they said, and then who knows what else.
Yeah.
So they just left it wide open. And I think the old world surprised them in terms of popularity and sales and stuff like that. I think it's doing way better than anyone could have hoped for. It does seem very popular. And the rushing, if they carry on at the pace that they're going, you guys might have been right, actually. They might have announced everything by the end of the year. Whereas I said it wouldn't be that fast.
I'm still convinced they'll do the Wood Elves, Beastmen together like they did at the start with Britonians and Tomb Kings. I wonder if, as a Christmas launch, they'll do
very
them
possibly.
Together.
But I was really surprised that Warriors of Chaos have gone on pre-order so quickly.
Yeah, but
what I'm
then again,
hoping
a lot of the Chaos Warriors of Chaos models are relatively new in comparison to some of the other ranges.
Well, so we had a look on the last podcast. Most of it's still on the website.
Yeah. It's all
well,
there.
Not most of it, but a lot of it.
Yeah.
What I'm hoping for and what I'm wondering about is they had mentioned when they were talking about the launch of the Old World about doing like some campaign books and stuff. Like they talked about doing a campaign book for battles set in the Border Princes, because that was the whole focus of, hey, look, here's a load of background we're going to flesh out about the Border Princes. We haven't seen any sight of that yet. And I wonder if, like they've done the campaign books for, the Martian Civil War and stuff for Horus Heresy, whether the roadmap might give us a first reveal of what campaign books are coming and when. That's what I'm really hoping for.
There is a solid possibility that we don't get anything Legends related, which, to be fair, they have said. I mean, I know Games Workshop lie all the time about this sort of stuff, but like...
Well, yeah, I mean... Yeah, it might not be Legends, you might be right. It could be that
it could just be like
the drawing board and say, do you know that Kislev stuff that we put on hold? Actually, it's back on
That's
again.
the other thing I'm still wondering about, because obviously you've got... They didn't give us Grand Cathay or Kislev rules in Legends. So I'm just curious as to whether maybe there's still some chance we get
there was still a lot of concept art done for it. They've done all the work for Total War, the game, all the stuff that was done for that. So it's not like they haven't got anything to go off. And they've got a lot of concept art sat on the shelf. And it's basically a project on pause, is what I've heard. I've heard that the project is paused.
Kislev, they've actually gone to the trouble of fleshing out the whole map of Kislev as well.
Yeah.
And it fits very much into the narrative of the old world that they're telling in the lead up to the war against chaos. So Kislev, I can definitely imagine we might get.
Yeah, and then the whole thing just got
put on the narrative bit. Sorry, go on, Si.
I was saying, and then the whole thing just got put on pause. Yeah. The whole Kislev thing.
Yeah.
They've got such a big entry in the actual rulebook, like Cathay, like what they are and everything else, and Kislev has got the same thing, and it's like it just seems a little bit odd that they wouldn't bring them into the foreground. Like, why put them in there if you're not going to use them?
So I said that's maybe a good shout. That's maybe one of the more likely factions we'd probably get. Maybe one of those two, rather than the Legends that's in Legend. I mean, I know what you're saying about Chaos Dwarf site. It's possible, but just because
they'll be Age of Sigmar. Chaos
put
Dwarf.
them aside. Yeah. I think that's coming for sure. But yeah,
I do think Dark Elves might make the move to the old world, because they don't necessarily. I mean, apart from Witch Elves, which are their own thing now, the rest of the Dark Elf range just doesn't really fit the old the Age of Sigmar as much.
Does it?
It doesn't really have a place. A lot of the stuff doesn't have a place in Age of Sigmar because everything's changed so much.
And the Chaos release now has shown that models having a place in the Age of Sigmar doesn't prevent them from being part and parcel of the old world. Like, if the only one that needs to remain in the Age of Sigmar is the Witch Elf box, and everything else makes its move over to Warhammer the Old World, then I can absolutely imagine that might be something that's one of the first ones of the Legends to come back, because then we could get the whole Battle of Finneval playing between them and the High Elves. That's such a huge part of the lore from this era.
I'd be shocked if we don't get one of the Legends factions come in the next couple of years. Like, I'd be very shocked if we don't get.
As daft as it may sound, like because you look at the Legends factions and obviously the fact that they've done it all on lore-based stuff, like Skaven have practically nuked themselves into non-existent at this point during the timeline, so it's understandable that they're not there. I still feel like it would probably end up being Skaven as the one of the Legends armies that does come back, because they repopulated so quickly in the lore. They were back at the front of everything going on so quickly.
But they weren't back until after the Great War of Chaos. So
weren't they more still underground a lot, Skaven it?
They were involved in the Civil War at this point. That's part of the problem, is they were busy fighting each other underground rather than getting
each other into non-existence.
Yeah, exactly. But the Dark Elves were actively very present during this thing. They launched an entire invasion of Ulthuan during this era. Yes, okay, some of the Von Carstein vampires had died out, but the rest of the vampires were still, rattling the coffin lids and so forth.
But they were in comparison to the Dark Elves, they were still fairly quiet, let's face it.
Yeah, no, the Dark Elves, I think, are the ones that I would imagine most likely to come back. I'm sorry to say, Luke, I don't think that the Lizard Men, are going to make an appearance anytime soon.
I personally think a lot of those kind of factions are way off, to be honest. I don't think they can wait too many years, though, before they do bring it all in, because obviously, I can't remember if they said, I think they said they're not even going to bother updating the Legends rules as the game goes on. So,
which, if they intend to replace them with a new, army list, that's not updating the Legends rules, that's replacing them with a new book.
Yeah, true.
I could see Kislev and Cathay possibly coming, like when they do the Old World 2.0.
Yeah.
That I could see them doing, like wait until they've done their however long they're going to give to this edition.
Well, 3 years if it's going by any other cycle.
I hope not. I hope it's one of the reasons why I love Heresy, because Heresy is kind of like, here's your rule set, we're just going to leave you alone now and occasionally feed you some plastic and resin.
Well, I have to say, I think both Old World and probably Heresy as well, I'm the most curious about for these roadmaps, because there's just it's hard to kind of predict what you're going to see on them, I think. Harder to predict, but we'll have to wait and see, I suppose. Anything else to touch on there, Ben? Thought for Old World? Anybody else for that now? As to what we think we'd want or could see? I think we've covered it mostly off there, haven't we?
So many things that I want.
Knife ears.
Well, yeah. I mean, I can personally see, because we haven't, like you say, we haven't really had any like campaign books yet for the factions we've got out. So I think that's a certainty. And then anything following that is sort of wish listing, let's be honest. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But I think we've covered off pretty well, guys, what we think we could see, etc., rumours, things like that, for what they've said's coming. So we'll just have to wait and see. We've only got by the time this podcast comes out, it'll only be a couple of days till we find it all out, really, anyway.
36 hours or something.
Yeah, really, which is a shame. But next Monday, we'll be chatting about it all, guys, when we know what's there. So be plenty to chat about next week. But other than that, I do have a 20 questions, guys, for this week, if you'd like to give it a whirl. Matt, obviously you're here as the guest, but did you do it last time you were on?
Yeah.
Simon possibly did one for you both, so... but if anybody's new, we have suggestions in from our viewers every week. I've got a nice list I can choose from of Warhammer characters or units from the world of Warhammer. The guys have to play a game of Warhammer 20 questions to find out who that is or what unit it is from the Warhammer universe. It could be from any of the game systems. It doesn't have to have a model. It can be from the lore, any of that good stuff. They get up to 19 yes or no questions, and the 20th has to be their guess. But obviously there's the three of you this week, so there's a good chance you should hopefully be able to get it.
And we are still undefeated.
You're still undefeated, indeed, since you were last on that, so all good. But I don't know who...
you might lose.
Oh dear. But I mean, Matt, usually I think the guys let the guests have the first question is usually the tradition, so let the questioning begin.
Are you human?
Am I human? Yes.
Okay.
So that's question
one. Go on,
Ben. Do you reside in the 41st millennium?
I am in the 41st millennium. Yeah, I do exist.
Okay.
Are you a augmented human?
Yes, that's 3. Good question.
Interesting choice of words.
Yeah. Do you fight for the Emperor or
No, you wouldn't consider me to be for the Emperor. No.
Okay.
That was 3? No, 4. That was 4 because Matt went first.
The way he answered that was interesting. I wonder if it's going to be somebody like Cypher.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Do
No, he's
you
not, he's
have
not
a
loyal to the Emperor, no.
Do you have a current model?
Yes,
Okay.
that's 5.
Do you wear power armor?
I don't believe it's power armor, no.
So it's not a space marine then, I don't think, but we could do it.
No, I don't imagine so. But that then begs the question: an augmented human?
No, sorry, guys. It is classed as power armor still. It is classed as power
Okay.
armor. Yeah.
So we're looking at like an
Power
Inquisitor then.
armor.
I had to check it,
Oh,
but it is.
Is it like
yeah?
does Terminator armor count as power armor? That sort of thing.
So from the description, it is saying it's power armor. It's like a type of power armor. So if you want to narrow it down, maybe.
Okay.
Okay.
A type.
Whose
of
question was
power
that?
Armor.
Sorry, the last one. Was that yours, Si?
That was Sai.
Wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, I asked you wear power armor, yeah.
Yeah. So that was 6. So 7 is yours, Matt.
Do you reside on a particular planet?
Oh, I wouldn't say I'm. Do you mean it as in like am I always kind of on that planet? I'd say no with a I'd say no with a sugar coating on that one, Matt. To be honest, but yeah.
Okay. That's
Character
evidently.
or- Character
So I
or
guess
Black
everybody
Library?
like comes from a home planet or something, but then do they always reside there? No, not really. They're not really someone you
What-
consider to be there all the time.
What kind of avenue were you thinking there, Matt? Just to try and help shape the direction of questioning.
Okay, so if it was a Necromunda character, for example,
Yeah.
Then it would be
find
specific
them
to
on
that. Yeah, yeah.
Necromunda.
Then
you know.
in terms of that, then no.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so that probably rules out Necromunda.
So we could do a working out if it's a character or not, or whether they've been in like a Black Library novel or
Yeah, that's what I'm
something.
thinking.
Yeah.
Have you been in a Black Library novel?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
So it could be like Eisenhorn or somebody like that.
Well, he doesn't wear power armor.
No, he
I
doesn't.
think
He's a
that's
current model
that's
as
8,
well.
guys.
He
current
does.
model, yeah.
It does have a model, but it's not current. I think it's out of production, and it's not
Hang on a
power
minute.
armor.
We're assuming it's a he, aren't we? Could be Greyfax.
We are,
Right,
but
yeah.
also, but Greyfax is loyal to the Emperor. We asked whether or not they were
Yeah.
loyal to the Emperor.
Yeah.
and
It's definitely
And
not
he can't be a
considered
sister-
loyal.
Can't be a sister of battle then. So
No. So that's what I'm kind of thinking. It's got to be somebody chaos-ish.
are you a follower of a particular chaos god?
I don't believe so. No.
Okay, so it's not one of the like specific legion.
Yeah, it's not Ahriman. It's not.
Yeah, Typhus or anything like that.
But then again, it could be. You could argue that Night Lords don't follow a particular god.
Yeah, but Night Lords don't have.
Current models, unless you're
well,
a
they
kill
have-
team.
They have the kill team, but that's I mean, the way that he's been, that the person has been in a Black Library novel suggests it is some form of character.
Yeah.
Augmented human, not loyal to the Emperor. Wears power armor.
Do you have followers?
I definitely
have a
would
rep-
have followers. Yeah,
Oh,
would
and if
definitely
it's
be considered to have
Moff
followers.
Huron.
True. But does he have a
With him
current
saying
model?
like a
Did they-
type of power armor?
No, he don't have a model.
Yeah, I was gonna say they thought they discontinued his model.
Yeah, I think they did. Ben, we need to work out if it's a character then, really, don't we?
We do. Let's ask. Okay, would you be considered? What size question? You would you be considered a leader amongst your?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah.
Right.
So
So
that was 11.
doesn't follow a particular chaos god.
Augmented
wears
human.
some form of power armor, but it could be chaos undivided. So,
If we ask
Yeah,
whether it's
are
male
you-
or female?
pardon?
If we ask whether it's male or female?
No,
Are there any female chaos characters with power armor that have models?
Not off the top of my head, but I don't know. Just
That's what's confusing me.
we're missing something obvious here.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to
All
rule
right.
it out. Do you
Go on.
follow chaos undivided?
Yes.
Right. Okay. Oh, hang on a minute.
hang on a
When we
minute.
say current model, are you including the Horus Heresy range?
Well, yeah.
So at this point,
Okay.
I mean, it could a type of power armor that still probably rules out like Ahriman, because that's just power armor.
Yeah, but Chaos
Matt, we have-
Undivided could be like it could be freaking Perturabo.
No, because the definition, like a space marine is a space marine, an augmented human is an augmented human.
Yeah, Primax are augmented
Oh,
human.
hang
who are
on.
a type of power armor.
Matt, do you know is Corpheron still for sale?
Corpheron's still got a model.
Yeah, but
He's an augmented human who follows Chaos Undivided and wears a type of power armor.
yeah.
Yep.
And he has been in Black Library novels because he's been in the Horus Heresy novels.
Yeah. Okay, that's an easy one. Do you wield power claws?
No. So that's 13.
Ah, okay, so it's not
Oh,
Corpheron.
it's not him.
That was 13, yeah?
Mm-hmm. The list of characters that survived from the Horus Heresy
I know.
into 40K is not as big as you think it is. It's like,
Yeah.
Did Malagurst survive through to the 41st millennium? Because
Well,
he would
nearly.
also fallen.
What you
yes,
could
he
do,
falls
Ben,
under the, yeah, he
ask
falls
something
under the
that rules
category
out-
of.
So yeah, we'd be no. It's
When
not.
can I ask a clarification without it counting as one of my questions?
Go on.
When we asked if they were Chaos Undivided,
Mm.
that's include like they've always been Chaos Undivided. So both in the 41st millennium and in the 31st millennium.
I believe he would still they would still be undivided now.
Okay, so we can rule out Death Guard, Emperor's Children, Thousand Sons, World Eaters. Because
that's
those four,
a fair
those
ask.
four are not undivided. We can rule those out. So we're left then with 5 legions.
With characters that survived into the 41st millennium.
Yeah. So I mean, word bearers have multiple characters. Well, they have at least 2 characters that have models that survive. We've already ruled out Corpheron. So they have Erebus. Sons of Horus have loads of characters, but I don't know how many of them actually make it all the way through to the 41st millennium. I mean, of the ones that had models, I think only Abaddon makes it to the 41st millennium. Night Lords don't actually have a named character model that survives to the 41st millennium, I don't think.
Nope.
Iron Warriors don't have any named character models, as we established earlier, apart from Perturabo. Likewise, the Alpha Legion. So, let me ask this question to see if it helps out down. Are they from either the Sons of Horus or Wordbearers Legion?
Yes.
So they're from one of those two.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think it's going to be a Sons of Horus character.
Well, we now know that it's one of the two, so we can now try and narrow it down. It's
So I
your
think
question. Right?
Psi 50 question 15 for you.
So if it's Wordbearers, it's Erebus.
Are you from the Sons of Horus Legion?
No.
Right.
It is the person everyone loves to hate.
So you've narrowed down word bearers.
We have. It's a
And you're
Wordbearers
going
character
into
who's
question 16 for you, Matt.
got
I'm going
a
to ask that
model and
question
is
later on, but
still
more
around.
politely.
Are you a big fan of books?
Yes, I am, yeah.
Okay. Just to rule him out, are you a Primarch?
No.
Okay, so it's not Lorgar, so there's only one person it can be, really. Sai, would you like to ask your question?
Yeah.
Getting into the next ones.
I'll try and ask it more politely than the bit I'm hoping you'll edit out.
No, that'll go on the bleeps at the end of the year.
Yeah. Are you a total lying, conniving, sneaky, horrible individual person of a space marine?
Yeah.
And that's me being polite.
And that's the actual definition. I've got it up there.
How many questions is that?
That would have been 15, 18, so 19. So this is the last question before you make a guess.
You can either
Make
make
it
a
a good
guess,
one.
Matt. You can
Yeah,
make
you
the
can
guess
make the
or
guess
ask
if
it
you
for the
want, Matt,
question.
yeah,
It's up to you.
Are you known for killing your own legion?
Yes. And many
Go on, then.
more
Take it away.
bad deeds.
Are
Go on,
you the
Ben.
man with by far the most irritating smirk in any of the artwork to ever appear in the pages of a book sold by Games Workshop, also known as Erebus?
Yes, another bald fellow actually.
Oh.
There's been a lot of bald fellows this week on the show, but yes, it was Erebus.
Terrible.
Hated man
Got
in
it by a
Warhammer.
few before the end. He's in Artificer armor, so his class is power armor. So it's
Oh, technically it's Artificer armor. Okay.
yeah, he's in Artificer
Well
armor.
done,
So,
Luke. Yeah. Because
yeah.
technically, okay.
So there we go. You were getting there in the end, and well done, you got there. I thought I've got a whole list, Matt, of things we've had sent in, and I had one heresy entry, and I thought, I'll pick that out for this week since Matt's on. That'll be perfect. But yeah, well done, guys. You got it. It was Erebus this week. I didn't actually say who'd sent it in. I forgot to mention the name before we kicked this one off this week. So I've got down here in my list. Where are we? The Venerable Tahu sent this one in from Reddit. So thank you, my friend. And if you guys want to send in your own suggestions for future episodes for Warhammer 20 questions for the guys and any guests that come on to try and work out, they're still undefeated. So we need to beat them here, guys. So do send yours in. My email's in the description below, guys, and social media, stuff like that. Get in touch and I'll add yours to the list, and we'll look forward to having them on. But I think we'll finish it up there, guys. Before we leave, I'll start with Sai and Ben first, and then we can end with Matt, so we can plug the charity event again. But Sai, we'll start with you, bud. Where can we find you?
Usual place on YouTube as Hobby Waffle. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram as Hobby Waffle too. Also on Facebook. I always forget about that, but yeah, that's where I shall be.
Brilliant. Ben?
Likewise, you can find me over on my own channel, 90% Geek, and on Twitter, Instagram, all the usual places under that handle. I am just over 20 people away from 2,000 subscribers. So if you'd like me to help me hit the magical 2K, come on over to my channel and click the subscribe button. I guarantee you'll have a good time.
Awesome. Definitely jump over there and check out Ben and help him get to that landmark. That'll be cool. And Matt, dude, it was great to have you on. It's the first one I've been on with you, actually, so it's nice to finally have a chat. But where can people find you? And obviously, let us know about this event again that you've got going on for people to get.
You can find us on Twitch, Facebook. I'm going to mention Facebook first because Simon keeps forgetting he's got Facebook. So yeah, Twitch, Facebook, Instagram, Blue Sky, Threads. We do also have a Discord, and pretty much everything's under the same name. Mrs. A also runs a TikTok the Mrs. Apothecary. And yeah, the charity event is, it's going to be running till what did I say it was?
September 9th, did you say? Maybe something like that, was it? I want to say.
I'm
also
terrible
the
with
release date
dates.
of Space Marine 2, so coincides.
It's 14th, so it's going to run till the 14th.
Okay.
And as I said before, for every £5 donation that goes in as a chance to win a beautifully painted Red Scorpions chapter, not chapter, force. Don't say chapter, get people talking.
Yeah.
Complete with all the apothecaries, because you can't leave home without any. And all the proceeds, 100% of the proceeds are going to CAM, which is the Campaign Against Living Miserably. We use Just Giving because we don't have to deal with the money, and it 100% goes to the charity that we've chosen. So
fantastic.
Yeah, and if you can't donate, please share the link around. Just get the word out. The more people that get involved, the better.
Well, me and the guys will share the link around on socials, I'm sure. And
definitely.
We'll put the link will be at the top of the comments and in the description, guys, for the event. Do get involved. Me and the guys will be doing it as well. So yeah, we look forward to that. And Matt, we'll look forward to having you back on again in the future, bud. It's been a pleasure again.
Definitely, it's always a good laugh.
Yeah, indeed, mate. Okay, guys, that'll be it. I suppose myself, Wargaming Luke, Twitter, Facebook, all that jazz. I always forget myself just to say where I'm from. That'll be it, guys, for this week. Stay safe, and until next time, happy wargaming. See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.